everybody, I'm Doodle. My friends call me Dude. Drawing awesome stuff is what I do best. Today's lesson is on perspective. In this show, we'll study the rules of perspective, learn about 1, 2, and 3-point perspective, draw a street scene, and learn the terms vanishing point and parallel.
Also, we'll go to the museum and study the work of M.C. Escher.
Let's get creative! Tools of the trade.
When creating perspective effects in your work, you must have a ruler for measuring, a T-square to make horizontal lines, a plastic 45 angle to make vertical lines, a good drawing surface like an art table, and of course, hard-leaded pencils, smooth drawing paper, some tape, and an eraser.
He has a drawing table. These are the angles he will use for vertical lines. A protractor to find the correct angle, and a T-square for horizontal lines. Notice that the artist draws the horizon line using the T-square that he sets against the table edge. He's using an angle to find 2 vanishing points. The angle and square help to create vertical or up and down lines. Watch what he does next. Now it's time to clean up the drawing by using an eraser. Wow! It would draw that without the tools. Rules of perspective. Perspective is a term that describes how objects appear from a particular view. A person sees from a particular position, say, standing up or sitting in a chair or even lying on the ground. That's called the station point or point of. If you try to draw your surroundings from different sight positions, understanding perspective gives you a way to accurately reproduce the scene. Take this car, for example. The basic simplified shape is a long cube. To keep the car from looking flat in your drawing, you use a horizon line. That's where the sky meets the ground. And if you're looking directly from the front of the car, add a single vanishing point right here. A vanishing point. That's the point you use to make your object look like it's going back into the. It's always somewhere on the horizon line.
I'm a little confused. How do you know which lines go to the vanishing point?
Well, you have to find out which lines are parallel. That means if you extend them forever, they would never touch. This is the golden perspective.
All parallel lines go to the same vanishing point.
This is an example of 1-point perspective because you only have
one vanishing point in the scene?
I think you're right, Stretch. But how many different scenes can you create 1 point.
Hey everybody, let's play a game. We're gonna look at some pictures of buildings. See if you can find where the parallel lines meet. That's the vanishing point.
There's one there.
Ooh, there it is.
Oh, there's the vanishing point right there.
Oh, I think I see it. Over there.
There's another vanishing point right there.
I had no idea you could do so much with just one vanishing point and a horizon line.
That's just the beginning. What do you do if some of the scene are turned at an angle, like this? When you're looking at an object from an angle, you need more than one vanishing point to draw it correctly.
I see. You have to have another point because you can see 2 sets of parallel lines going into the distance.
All the parallel lines and make sure they're going to the right vanishing points. Now notice that the top and bottom of the building on one side are parallel and go to this vanishing point.
And the parallel lines on the other side of the building go to the other one.
Let's do a simple street scene by using 2-point perspective. Always start by locating your eye level or horizon line to find your 2 vanishing points.
Dude, this is starting to kind of get hard.
It's not that hard. Once you find your vanishing, just follow the basic rules.
I know. All parallel lines go to the same vanishing points.
Right. So let's start laying out the streets, sidewalks, and buildings.
Notice that the lines are neat and clean. That's very working in perspective because messy lines ruin the illusion of depth.
Now I can start adding the edges of the buildings, cross streets, and maybe even sketch in a few cars.
That looks great. How about some windows and bricks?
Cool. Here's the best way. Windows are equally spaced. Locate the edge of a building, take your ruler and measure the length of each window and the distance between them. On this one, I'll make it a brick building with very few windows. Now, trace light lines from all the parallel lines to the correct vanishing points.
Wow, that must take a long time.
Well, if you want to add a lot more detail, be ready to spend many hours drawing small textures and shadows. We'll just draw the basic scene.
I am so impressed. I would love to paint that scene.
Tell you what, you paint that scene while we explore